J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? Armor 85 HD. Yes, records in 1080p. That's what I'm talking about. It says down below you can run on 2 or 3S. We're going to give you an unboxing. We're going to give you a basic setup on the jumper. We're going to go into Betaflight. I'm going to go over this a little bit better than everybody else has. And there's one main thing that people aren't showing you, which frustrated the heck out of me. So I'm going to show you. So firstly, in the box, we get the drone. We get this little CADX thing that you can switch. There's a little plug. You see that little white plug right there? You can plug it in and you could switch stuff around with the camera. Pretty dope camera, right? That's a pretty dope camera on a Whoop. We get extra propellers. We get extra little Allen key screws. We have a service card. We also have, check us out on social media. We have our Allen key, we have Velcro, we have a T8SG charger, and we have numbers because Makerfire is a part of To Learn Better camp. So let's learn how to count, starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you didn't get it the first time, they give you a red set. Joking. Obviously, maybe they want you to put those on there if you're a racer or whatever you want to number it. But besides the point, that's what you get in the box. Now, let's have a look at what frustrated J-Drone is. So what we're looking at here is the bottom side of the quad. To bind this, it's very difficult to do. I actually had my wife help me do it once I got it. No other reviewer really actually tells you where about on here the bind button is. Ideally, you would think it'd be right there. Quadcopter 101, that's my dude. I have nothing against Quadcopter 101. I love him. I love watching his videos, as I know a lot of you guys do. He went over everything, did an unboxing, he flew it nicely, but this is the part he skipped. He skipped binding procedure. So let's go over binding procedure here. So I tried scanning that, it wouldn't scan. You see this little blobby right, I'm gonna touch it, right in front of my screwdriver. It's not the button. The button itself was actually back in here. So you see that square with the little square inside of it? The button is actually, and maybe you could even see my fingernail mark, right in front of the screwdriver. That's where it was. So I pressed that, I went over to my wife, I had her actually connect, the MJX battery, just because I had it on me, XT30 connection, positive and negative match up, it wasn't an issue. And then once we had that connected, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my light here. Once we had that connected, we got a certain flash pattern that was looking to be bound. We turned on our T8SG and we went into, as you can see, I already have bound Armor HD. Model menu, model setup, and we went down to where it said none. We clicked, we went here, and we went in here, we named it Armor HD, very simple to do. Then we went down here, default's fine, multi's fine. TX power, I always run on 150 milliwatts. PPM none. I have it on FlySky X, that's all I did. I clicked bind. Once I clicked bind, I was able to see this make a certain flash pattern. Woo! We just dropped it off my, my soldering kit. I was able to see it offer a different flash pattern. So then I unplugged that, I turned that off, I turned that on, I turned this on, and saw that it was bound. And then we go into FlySky, or not FlySky, excuse me, we go into Betaflight. Alright, for Betaflight, above that little white plug there, you'll see a port to plug in a micro USB. Once you have that plugged in, don't have your battery plugged in when you do this. Plug it into your computer, open up Betaflight, you're going to go up here, and we're going to click connect. And then, as you can see, we'll move the drone. Drone's moving, so we definitely are connected properly. We want to go over here. Let's see. We want to go to modes. The only mode that was actually set in here, I believe, was arm and angle. I have horizon set, and I also moved these bars over to this side. The angle mode was taking up the entire thing. And then I have arm set the angle on, which is channel 5 on the jumper. Channel 6, which is AUX2, is angle. Horizon we have set on 3, which is channel 7. And channel 8, which is AUX4, I have set on a beeper, and this thing will flash on the beeper, which I'll show you, but it doesn't beep, so I don't believe there's actually a beeper. Then you want to go ahead and make sure you click save. Once you do all this, click save. And the way I was able to do this, like if we wanted to put headless mode, I believe that's what that is, head ADJ or a failsafe. You click add range, like I'll click it here, and then you assign it to a certain, like here, hypothetically AUX4, we'll put it on AUX5. And like I said, I like to have these all the way over. I'm not doing three-way switches. And then on AUX5 on my jumper, I'd click it and that'd be my failsafe. But I don't need nor want a failsafe on it, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. And then lastly, just make sure you click disconnect before you disconnect. Just proper procedure. Now we can disconnect it. Out of Betaflight, we now need to match the controller. I mean, you could do this when it's plugged in. I like to do it separate for some reason, I don't know. But we need to match our switches to what we had set. So we go into model menu, model setup, we go down one to mixers. Your first three is AETR, which is what Betaflight said it was running on. I haven't actually test flown it, so I can't verify that. So if it is AETR, we don't need to reverse anything. Channel 5 is what we have set for, which that's channel 5. That's your AUX1 on Betaflight, is our arm button. And the way I did that, this originally looked like this. It originally looked like none. So I went in here, I clicked this, and again, it said none. I moved over here till it said simple, went down here, and I moved my toggle. As you can see, it's up, now it's down, and then the key thing on this is to click save. And then you go down and do the same thing with your next channels to match it up. That way you can have your arm switch, you can have angle and horizon, and the alarm button that I set, again, the lights kind of go crazy, they kind of flash left and right. I don't think there's a beeper on this because it doesn't go off, but the lights do flash rapidly. So I got the battery plugged in, you can see red blinkies, it's looking to be bound. We're going to go ahead and make sure both of our, that's down, all of our switches are up. We're going to turn this on. And if you got a good eye, you can see that's not blinking red anymore. Our arm button is right here. We're going to flick that so you can see it. See the motors fire. If you didn't want those motors to fire on when you arm them, you can also change that in Betaflight. I'm undecided. I have some of my whoops where they don't fire. I have some where they do fire. I've been told by people it's better having them fire. I've been told by people it's better not having them fire. I generally fly in stab mode. I can fly in acro. That's really not my thing, but I generally fly in stab mode, and I'm undecided which way I want it. I think we're going to leave them run on this just because that's the way they were set. If I don't like it, we will change it. And then again, if we wanted to switch our modes, I have them on here and here, and I didn't see an acro mode in Betaflight for this. And then just to show you the lights, that's the beeper. The beeper that I set, it's not doing anything. But that's my alarm, so maybe visually I can see it, and at some point maybe we'll throw a beeper on there. But I think we're gonna throw this in the air and check out the camera. It has a camera on it. We have a little button. Let's see here. Above that white plug, you can see a little silver line below the plug you would normally plug it into your computer. That's where the SD card goes. If you flip it on the other side, that little button right there, you can see there's only one button. It's underneath the red, black, and yellow wire. That's your start and stop. And I think what we're going to do a basic flight in the room with it and hopefully not crash it, hopefully not break it, because my one good friend over in Cali, she said that it's not that durable. The bottom is carbon fiber, the top is plastic, and I can see hitting something and breaking this frame. So keep that in mind. But let's get an SD card in this and let's do it in room test flight of this drone. Now we're shooting from the hat cam, which is a Tenker 4K. I always link that down below because this hat cam has taken over this channel. Hattie, the, what was it, Victure 4K that talked to me, low battery. This hat cam's taken over. It gets great runtime on the battery, but let's get to this. So Quadcopter 101 also said something else, and bam, shout out to Quadcopter 101 on the J Drone channel. I do that occasionally. He said if it's too far over tilted, the motors won't fire. We're going to test that out right now. We will be trying to connect to the FPV just to see what it looks like. That's the FX screen from the FX goggles. I'll throw a link for that down below as well. The SD card, as you can see, you might be able to see a little white strip in there off of that black strip, is in there. The lettering on your SD card, so I would say the top of your SD card is facing down, so the pins are facing upwards, just for a little help there. But let's go ahead and turn this on. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And again, I can't believe that nobody really covered that binding procedure. I mean, yeah, some would say it's self-explanatory. So myself, to keep this from leaning left to right, I've been taking my wires and just kind of putting it like that. And then it's been balancing perfectly, as you can see right there. And then, as you see, it's blinking red. We go ahead and turn the jumper on. Bam, red blinky gone. There's my alarm lights. I figured out how to go in acro. This switch right here is self-leveling mode for me. If I don't have it situated, like if I don't have it engaged, you can see a little red light blinking back there. If I don't have it engaged, it's in acro. So there was no spot on Betaflight for me to actually set it, but it is that. I did a little pre-cheat flight in here before we got this. So motors are fire. Let's see if we go ahead and tilt. We'll tilt. That's pretty far tilt. My motor's fired, so I don't seem like I have or maybe right there. Or maybe it's just on the right side. Left side? It seems it has that fail-safe on the right side only. We're tilted far over on the right side. It won't do it. We're flat. We're far over on the left side, and it's not even blinking. Like if you go far over on the right side, you can see it blinking. And then we level and it stops blinking. So I have a fail-safe on the right. So if this is leaned all the way like that, or no, see, look. It's good to go. But let's go ahead and get this in the air. I also want to record. I don't know what the recording standby is going to be. Our failsafe is on, which is basically our motor not firing. I don't know what's going to happen when we go ahead and press this button, which I'm going to use a screwdriver to do so. So I didn't see anything happen. I don't see anything happening. I'm going to go ahead and press it again. So I pressed it again. I think there's a red light that's actually starting to blink. So I press it. There is underneath here, over here, there's a red light that's actually blinking that's stating it's recording. Right behind that plug, hopefully you guys can see that, and then we'll go ahead and press this again. This is a more in-depth unboxing test trial in here because a lot of guys didn't do it, and it's still blinking. So is that not? There, I pressed it. Now it's steady red. It's steady red on a standby. So it's definitely your camera. A lot of guys didn't do it. A lot of guys did the unboxing. They didn't go over setup. They didn't go over controller setup. Then they went out and flew. Again, my frustrations were with that bind button, dude. That bind button was further back than I would have liked it. But again, if you have the issue of leaning both ways, just put your wires like I have them. We're going to turn on this FXT screen here, which is a little bit dusty. Having it kind of just balanced here. We're going to search, see if we can find the channel here. I'd also like to see if we get visual confirmation that it's recording off of that. So we got CADX, we got maybe total time the battery's been plugged. We have battery voltage, which I would assume 7.5, which that really shouldn't be right because I didn't run it that long. Is it 7.9 or 5? That looks like a 5. That means this thing's going to get short flight times. We're going to have to get a different battery for it. I want to see if it shows me that we start recording on the DVR. On the receiver there. It blinked upper right. So upper right of your FPV screen, you'll see red numbers. We'll just let that keep recording. We'll let it keep recording, and we are going to blast off, and hopefully not... Yeah, okay. Super smooth. Super smooth. We're really not going to get rammy in here with it. This is basically just to look at mild flight characteristics and also the camera. Like right now it's saying low battery. I did use the stock charger to charge it. I absolutely could have used my B6 to charge it. Let's do a quick yaw. Quicker yaw. Super yaw. And that's, again, just to gauge the camera and see what type of footage we got. Again, I'm showing low battery down there. I'm showing that we're at 6.4. So I guess I'm going to land it. Either this thing has really, really short flight time, or has a really strong draw on the battery. Right now I'm showing 7 volts at the bottom there. Or the stock charger didn't charge it properly. Let's go ahead and stop that video recording. And again, upper right part of your FPV display, you'll be able to see red numbers there showing you that you've been recording. We're going to press it. So you have that as confirmation, and you also have this red light behind this white plug here as confirmation as well. I also want to go into the jumper, guys, and see if we have any type of telemetry from the jumper. And the way we do that is we go into model menu, transmitter menu, telemetry monitor, and we don't have any type of telemetry. I thought we'd have some type of telemetry through this. Let's go into model menu, model setup. I just want to look in here. No, I guess not. I'm fine with that. Dude, flying and trying to look at this for telemetry is kind of hard to do. It's nice to have sometimes, especially when the drone gets away from you. But here, that's a basic look at what you're going to have. Guys, hopefully you appreciate the review. I would appreciate if more guys would do a more in-depth review. I'm not, dude, despite the madness in here, I am no pro with drones at all. I don't know at all, especially when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, I'm really good with the jumper, and I've bound my fair share of drones to it. But when you have a deceptive bind button, and it's just being a pain in the butt, it's a tight squeeze, man. We need to be really showing viewers, showing you guys, showing me how to do this. That way people don't get frustrated and don't walk away from the hobby. Because if this was somebody's first drone and they were trying to look at reviews on how to get this to a controller and how to set up the controller, this might be their first and last drone. So come on, reviewers, let's step up our game. I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, this is T8SG. This is a multi-protocol controller. It can bind to that, and it can bind to a lot of what's in this room. Absolutely love this. Do your homework on this if you're looking to get a controller. If you're only looking to run FlySky, I suggest a Taranis. If you're looking to run FlySky, SEMA, Hubsan, everything under the sun, I really suggest this. There's no module bay on the back. You can put a DIY for Crossfire, but everything's in this, man. You don't have to worry about a buddy box. Unlike if you get a Taranis, you can get a buddy box and run SEMA and whatnot, or if you get the T12, it comes with a buddy box. This is what I suggest to get if you're looking to run FlySky, if you're looking to run FlySky, if you're looking to run SEMA, Hubsan, MJX drones. And this, dude, this setup right here, FXT goggles, man. If you wear glasses, I suggest getting it. If you like to have a monitor outside your goggles, it's pricey. I promise you it's pricey. I'm not going to lie to you, but I think it's well worth it. It runs off of an external battery, so when this battery's out, if you got a backup, you are not out of the FPV game. You could just swap and pop. And again, I bought this, guys. I think I got like a 10% or 20% discount off of this, where I paid, I think, like $120 or something. I bought this. I wanted this. I wanted something small, brushless, with an HD camera. Hopefully that camera looked good. You guys already seen it. I get the Christmas effect when I get to take that SD card out to the computer. Again, I'm J-Drone. If you want to support the channel, give me a thumbs up. If you got moolah and you want to throw it at J-Drone, link down below to a little support link for PayPal. Throw me $1, throw me 50 cents, throw me $1 million, and we'll be doing big things. But see, on the real, throw me whatever you can. If you can, if not, throw me a thumbs up. Later.